and welcome. Today we're going to have a look at scales and chords and which scales fit best over which chords. Now this is a very simplistic approach, as in jazz extends much further than this, but what I'm trying to do here is just simplify a way that we can apply some scales over some chords to get the jazz kind of sound. Okay, so none of these are actually jazz chords or jazz scales. They're just chords and scales placed in a particular way, which give us what has become known as a jazz sound. Okay, so we'll start off with some major scales first. We're going to start off with everything in C major. So we've got a C major scale, and I'm just going to play C major 7th chord, that's C, E, G and B on the piano, and just play the C major scale over the top. And the second scale I'll play is actually the mode, the 4th mode of that scale, which is the C Lydian, which is just the C major scale with the 4th raised up a half step, giving us an F sharp in that one. So we get 4 clicks in on here, and then we'll play through the 2 scales. These are at 90 beats per minute, and we're playing 8 notes. Okay, so that was our major scale and major 7th chord and the Lydian mode as well. Okay, now for the next one, we've got C major 7th, we've got a flattened 5th in here. So what we can use here is the C Lydian again, because the 5th there, so the flattened 5th, same as the sharpened 4th really, so we can use the C Lydian again. Also use the A melodic minor. Okay, so we've got A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, like that, okay. So we'll try that one next. Lydian. So those fit together wonderfully, really great. So every time you see a major 7th chord with a flattened 5th, 2 scales that you can practice over that. Now we've got the C major 7th with the sharpened 5th. So this one now, we can use A melodic minor again, or A harmonic minor. Harmonic. So the next one we've got is our good old C minor 7th, where we can use the natural minor. That's C, D, E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C. Or we can use the C Dorian, which is the 2nd mode of our major scale in B flat. So we've just got C, D, E, F, G, A, B flat, C, B flat, D, C. So let's try those ones out. There's 2 more possibilities there. Our next chord is the minor major 7th. So this is a C minor chord, so C, E flat, G, B natural. So it's not B flat as in a minor 7th chord, it's the B natural. So on this one, we have the scales, C melodic minor and C harmonic minor. C minor 6. So here we've got the minor 6 in here, so we've got the A, which is, so we've got the C minor, we've got the A in there, okay, on the arpeggio, instead of the B flat, or instead of the B, we've got the 6th in there. So on this one, the most obvious one to use is the Dorian mode, because it's a minor scale with a major 6th in there, with the A in there. We've also got C melodic minor. Two very similar scales there, the melodic minor and the Dorian. Just the difference between this 7th and this major 7th here. Dominant 7th and major 7th in there. Have a look at those ones. C minor 7 flat 5. Now on this one we're going to use the 7th mode, which is the Locrian. So C, D flat, E flat, F, G flat, A flat, flat, B flat, C. So it's a minor scale with a flattened second and a flattened fifth. Okay, so let's try this one. So in that one there, you've just got to be careful that you get the fifths and the flattened seconds in the right places. Whenever you see that chord in the chord sequence, you know what to do there. Now we're going to have a look at some dominant chords. So we've got the C7, C9 or C13. So now we can use the Mixolydian mode, which is the fifth mode of the major scale. So it's a major scale with a flattened seventh. And we can use our good old blues scale, which is C, E flat, F, F sharp, G, B flat, C. And now we're getting into those altered chords which we looked at in the previous videos. So we've got the C9 flat 5 sharp 5 and the C9 sharp 11. So on these ones we can use whole tone scales on C. That's just going up in whole tones all the time, but we can also then look at a scale G melodic minor. Which will work really nicely there. We can also use our altered scale on there, which is in C, half step, whole step to the half step, which is one we've looked at before, which is in fact just the C sharp melodic minor. So let's try that one. And then our last one in these series, which we looked at last week, was with flattening the 13th on there. So now we've got a C9 chord, flat 13. On this one, we're going to use the F melodic minor. So I hope that gives you something to look at and another way to think about how to get around complex chord voicings with fairly simple scale rudiments. So we've just got the melodic minors, the major and minor scales, and some of the modes off there. So grab hold of the sheet which goes along with this lesson, where you can find these scales spelt out in notation and practice them over these chord changes here on the piano.